on-air mentor, and this is where you have the opportunity to listen to, I would say, really assertive, smart business people taking their ideas to the next level. I'm Ken Rutkowski. It's Business Rockstars. Joining me in the studio is Mr. Gordon Clune. Gordon, by the way, you walk in here and you're always sharp, you're dressed up, you look good all the time. Was there ever a point in time where you just kind of looked like you were in like the wild, like ratty looking?
Well, yeah, absolutely was. Yeah, but let's see, 12 years ago.
When you did a reality show.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the reality show called?
It was called The Frontier House. It was one of the first reality TV shows.
It was. You went and lived on the land.
I didn't know what a reality TV show was up to that point, but I learned the hard way.
It was, but it seems real. It really did. It looked like it was.
It was. The clothes and the shoes that we were given, they literally fell right off of us. We wore them out, and we worked hard out there.
So that was right after you sold your business, right?
Well, no, that was I sold the business. I came back, and it was 10 years later we sold the business.
Wow.
So I took a sabbatical of 6 months, and wanted to experience. I wanted my children to experience what it's like to be a homesteader, an American that helped make this nation a great nation. It was a good experience for all of us.
And Gordon, right now your focus is you're in fashion.
That's right. It's something that I guess, I love it. It's creative, and it's you can influence, influence things in a broad sense. Not just my open niche. It's something that you can touch a lot of people, and I like that. I like people, and I like to try to make a difference.
The minute I met you, I knew you had it. It's like, oh yes. Our proteges are in the studio. The minute I met these two, I said, they have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I mean you can just tell. Okay, no, seriously, both of you. Heather and Jenny, you guys have it. Okay, you have it. Now the thing is, you got to find it. Okay, and the goal is first you have to say, I want to be bigger than what I am now. Right? You want to achieve. So, as you talk to us, who would you like to be like? What businesses that are out there that you admire on how they have achieved where they're at? Anyone specifically?
That's a really good question. I think there are aspects of a lot of businesses that we really enjoy. For instance, Ben & Jerry's is one company that we studied pretty deeply because they are very grounded in social, giving back to the community. They form their business in order to make a product and to give back. So we read old books that were published in the 70s about building a business that does give, which is one aspect that's really important.
Ben & Jerry's a good example.
Yeah, and other personalities such as Mario Batali, he's created a great brand for himself. We think that he's a funny chef. We love his orange clogs and his, branding and marketing aspect of what he does. We don't necessarily agree with all the things that he cooks, but each just does.
But that's okay.
But we love, how you can take yourself as a personality and kind of use that and show people who you are and use your personality to kind of create that brand about yourself.
Also, Steve Wynn is a big mentor for us. He is a man who started this incredible empire for himself. He's very hands-on, down to the menus that he prints. We know the people who actually produce his menus. He looks at every single one for every restaurant. That level of detail to us is so special and magnificent. And he's also went vegan, and he introduced vegan items in every single one of his restaurants at the Wynn and on Park.
It's very interesting. You identified a social conscious environment, being Ben & Jerry's before they were bought, of course, right? Very social conscious. You identified a very big personality individual, and then you identified somebody that's a micromanager. Steve is, okay? Which you laugh. But what they've done is they've created these different compartments, which I think is okay. I think it's good to know what you want to be, okay? Now the thing is, how do we grow your business up here? Spork Foods is your company. You do about 10,000 students. How do you find your students?
They find us. We're lucky enough to put out a great product. It's word of mouth. It's companies coming to us wanting to write stories, blogs, etc. So they come to us.
Okay, and everything has to be done in your kitchen?
No, we actually take our show on the road. For instance, we were talking about, we went to UCLA. We're actually going to Auberge Resort in Baja, Mexico to train a couple of their chefs and do some cooking classes out at the resort. So we'll take our show on the road, or people can come to us.
Got it. Gordon?
Yeah, one of the things I was thinking about with the vegan, the niche, and I had mentioned it earlier, you're not, I mean, you're both vegan, you practice vegan, you don't actually alter from that at all, is that correct?
Correct.
But you're tolerant of somebody that they would. You're tolerant of someone that they would eat vegan maybe today and then go back to some other diet tomorrow or augment it at the same time. That's perfectly okay, right?
Yes, and we encourage people to do as they please. We're just presenting a different option.
See, what I would like as a consumer, and it's a nice idea, is I'd love to be able to go to a restaurant that isn't just vegan, okay, and and maybe a regular restaurant that might have a vegan input or a vegan endorsed menu. Is that something that you might consider doing? Work with a restaurant and say, this is our little signature in this restaurant, and somehow make an arrangement, a financial arrangement that you maintain and you help them source the food a certain way and it meets your vegan criteria. Is that something you could possibly do?
Absolutely, it's really exciting and it's not something that we've considered before. It's a great idea. We partnered with Susan Feniger's restaurant Street, which actually has a lot of vegan and non-vegan options, and we did a Spork Foods night with them. So we did 3 of their dishes, 3 of ours, put them together for this wonderful night, and it was really successful and made the papers and all of that. So I think exploring that and going to different places would actually be a great idea.